Hello friends, I'm Akash, and this is your News of the Week for the week of June 4th to June 10th, 2023. I'm Akash Rakoti, and a hearty welcome to my YouTube channel. And let's take a look at our very first story of the week, and it is big news. Record-setting wildfires are raging throughout all of Canada, especially affecting the east, where large amounts of smoke have traveled down throughout the east coast into America. Over 43,000 square kilometers of land have been burned in the worst wildfire season Canada has ever seen, resulting in the evacuation of over 126,000 Canadians. It is a tragic event right now. Meanwhile, smoke from the wildfires have turned America's east coast into Mars on Earth. As you can see in these photos right here, showcasing what it is like in the east coast across New York City and all the way until like Maryland, Delaware area. And that's just as of now. It's going to go very far quite soon. But the orange smoke has made it almost impossible to see very far, and the few people who are wearing N95 masks to keep themselves safe are the only people who are outside. Everyone else is staying inside. The air quality in New York City is actually the worst of any city in the world on June 6th. It is almost like quarantine all over again for the people living in these regions. In fact, the smoke has gotten so bad and so much that some of it has crossed across the entire Atlantic Ocean and landed in Scandinavia in Northern Europe. The Canadian government have managed to control most of the 2,214 fires that have been burning, but there are still 249 fires considered out of control as of now. So, I'll be wishing the best for everyone in the regions that are experiencing the wildfires and the smoke, and hopefully all of these wildfires will be contained and exterminated. So let's take a look at our next story of the week. On June 8th, 2023, former President Donald Trump was officially indicted by a grand jury for the second time. The first time took place in March of this year, when a grand jury in Manhattan indicted Trump on the basis of hush money payments made before the 2016 presidential election. And the second time, just a few days ago, was by a federal grand jury on account of Trump's classified document scandal in August of this year. As you may know, Trump had kept classified government documents at his private residence, Mar-a-Lago in Florida, instead of surrendering them to the National Archives and Records Administration, as is the standard for exiting presidential administrations. And this seems to be against the law. This is just one of several investigations and lawsuits against former President Trump right now regarding various issues. There's one regarding hush money payments that we talked about earlier. There's one regarding claims of sexual assault, which resulted in a verdict against Trump. There's two regarding the Trump Organization, and another two regarding attempts to overturn the 2020 presidential election that Trump lost. This is just the second one that Trump has been indicted by a grand jury for, and it might not be the last. So we are just going to have to see how this case is going to turn out. So let's take a look at our last story of the week, and it's some big news. In the early hours of June 6, 2023, Ukraine's Kakhovka Dam was destroyed, leading to the deaths of at least 9 people and large amounts of flooding in the region surrounding the dam. The dam was located in Kherson Oblast on the Dnipro River and was being controlled by the Russian military at the time due to the Russia-Ukraine war. While Russia and Ukraine are blaming each other as the perpetrator of the incident, what we do know is that the cause is most likely an explosion from inside, according to the chief engineer of hydro energy company Ukr Hydro Project. At least 9 people have died as a result of these floods, alongside extensive environmental damage. The BBC reports that agricultural land has been washed away, with the consequences likely to be felt for years. and President Vladimir Zelensky stated that the river has been contaminated with 150 tons of industrial lubricant, posing a dangerous water safety threat to people living around the damaged regions. And to make things worse, the flooding of the area has washed away many landmines that were placed there from their original location, making rescue efforts many times harder and more dangerous. According to the Red Cross, all that is known about the location of these mines is that they are somewhere downstream. That is all we know about these landmines. It is very dangerous right now, even if you ignore just sheer amount of water that is being outputted here. The Ukrainian government has said that the dam could not be repaired in its current state, and the state-owned hydro energy company Ukrhydroenergo has stated that it would take at least 5 years and $1 billion to try and rebuild it. My sheer condolences to everyone in the regions who were affected by this incident and by the Russia-Ukraine war overall. And I truly hope that this situation can be resolved and a cause can be definitively found for the destruction of the Kakhovka Dam. So, with that being said, that is all of your news of the week for the week of June 4th to June 10th, 2023. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you soon in another News of the Week. Goodbye.